You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the AOLL Guitar Addict TNT Series brought to you by Ghostfire Media. I will be your broadcaster tonight. I am Adam Wood. My main man, Randy Peppers, being a rock star, he is live at the actual Phoenix Raceway for the actual championship rounds. I'm performed there, so he's not going to be here tonight, so you just get the voice of me tonight. So we are going to go live here right now with Carl Henderson as he goes out there and debuts this new Phoenix Raceway. Brand new. Released last week. We got a new updated line. Or an updated track that's got a new start-finish line. Where it actually is where the NASCAR Cup Series runs. So as he starts to run it, we'll go ahead and kind of... Go ahead and track info. Alrighty, well tonight the air temperature is 84 degrees and the track temperature is 85 degrees. This is just a little over a mile oval. It's kind of a weird track. I love it. I did pretty good on Tuesday night. These guys are going to have a fun time tonight here in the AOL Guitar Addict TNT Series. Carl Henderson lays down a lap good enough for second place. And let's go over here to, let's see what John Gordon's up to tonight. So John Gordon, not a good time to look at John Gordon, but I love the wheels. Those wheels look pretty snazzy. Let's go out here and look at Derek Schilling. See what Derek Schilling's up to. He's got a Jack and Coke car. I still love this paint scheme. Rick Kohler did a fantastic job with this paint scheme. So Derek Schilling moves up in the 5th place with that first lap. He's coming through turns 3 and 4 right here. Got the Geico restart zone right there. Going across the line. He moves it up in the 4th place with that run. Let's look over here to Sean Carmody. He's finished up with his run. He's out there running the number 40 Mellow Yellow Endeavor Racing car. Got Mike Wadzinski. That's everybody that's out there right now that's already taken the lap. I'm surprised Blake Gordon did not. Maybe he's starting from the rear. I don't know if he's going to race. But I know it's open to anybody to come out here tonight. Got about 1 minute and 50 seconds left of qualifying here. See what's going on. We got Timothy St. Jean, who also has not put down a qualifying lap. See what is going to happen there. We got Blake Ziti. He's still cruising out on the track. I think he's just trying to get some extra time. He's qualified 3rd so far right now with a 27.86. That's what he's doing. You gotta get used to that pit road entry here. Coming off of now turn 2. before earlier in the year we broadcasted halfway down pit road. That was where the start finish line used to be. But now if you look at the screen right there, you'll see that beautiful cactus all lit up right there. That's where the new start finish line is on this most updated track. So turns 1 and 2 are now turns 3 and 4, and turns 3 and 4 are now turns 1 and 2. Got 46 seconds left here. Kind of roll through the qualifying order for tonight's race here at Phoenix Raceway. We have 2 races left. This is one race after tonight to determine. Right now, from my guesstimation, from our own Josh Laston, he says that he basically has to get the pole, which he did, lead a lap, which he might, and kind of get every bonus point and possibly have to win or get second place in the next 2 races. And Brandon Bernhardt has to finish outside the top 4 in both races for him to have a shot at this last season's championship. So we're going to see if Josh Laston can do it, and if Brandon Bernhardt has 2 races that are more terrible than his worst 2 races right now. So he's got to finish outside the top 4. That's the furthest he actually finished all year long here, or all season long. So we got 13 people here tonight. Josh Laston is your pole sitter. Carl Henderson is in second. Third will be Blake Ziti. Fourth is Derek Schilling. Fifth will be Brandon Bernhardt. Sixth is Cody Mitchell. Seventh is Christopher Oliver. Eighth is John Gordon. Ninth is Dave Wright. 10th is Sean Carmody. 11th is Mike Wadzinski. 12th will be Blake Gordon. 13th is Timothy St. Jean. Alrighty. Let me refresh wonderful browser here so it brings up the track map for us. Pace lights are off. They're only going 1 lap here to green. Alright, the track map still does not want to load. Appreciate you, SDK. But, so, this is a long wait to go green. They got to wait until they get all the way down into turn 1. The pace car pulls off way too soon here. They get down here, they go through the Geico restart zone where they're at right now, and then the green flag jumps out. They are green. Josh Laston will drop it all the way down to the bottom. Carl Henderson's going to take the high side. Blake Ziti's kind of roll the bottom going into turn 1. Blake Ziti's got his nose almost a whole entire car out there. He will pass Blake Ziti. Brandon Bernhardt has moved up position into 4th place. Riding in 5th is Derek Schilling. Derek Schilling is trying to use the high side right now. He's got a 3 wide in the back already going through his turns 3 and 4 right there. These guys are trying to do whatever they can. I saw on Tuesday night we had our IVRL, we had Charles Urich. He would dive all the way down the bottom of the dog leg, go through where the pit road. Oh, we got a wreck right there. Christopher Oliver gets spun right there. There is no caution. Let's see exactly what happened right there. John Gordon also hits the wall right there. Christopher Oliver, though, he was able to just hit the side of the car and then gather it back up. We had John Gordon hit the outside wall. Christopher Oliver hit the inside wall. Everybody keeps going forward. We got Blake Ziti still running second. Josh is up front leading laps. Third is going to be Carl Henderson. Fourth is Brandon Bernhardt right there. He's going to drop down and use a little bit more of the dog leg than Carl does. You can take almost 1/10 of a second off if the competitor drops all the way to the top. Runs the normal line all the way around and does not use the dog leg. But right now, everybody's kind of doing it, so it's kind of negligent gains right there. Not too much gain whenever you go too far down compared to another competitor. We're seeing Blake Ziti and Derek Schilling. They are not going down. We got Cody Mitchell in the back there. He was not going down. He's following the track all the way around. Some people are trying different lines, trying to conserve their tires because this track eat away some tires. As we see Blake Gordon back there, I mean, that was really sliding. Got Brandon Bernhardt still putting the pressure right there. Trying to find, let's see if we find another battle right now. We don't have too many battles going on right now. Got Derek Schilling right here. This is about the closest battle on the track right now. We'll pay attention to it. Let's go on to the wonderful Brandon roll bar camera. Brandon's diving down the bottom of turn 3 and 4 here. Going past the wonderful new electric cactus across the start finish line. Diving below Carl Henderson. They were side by side going into turn 1. Brandon Bernhardt is door to door with him off of turn 2. Gotta manage the throttle so you don't get too throttle happy. The car goes around. Brandon Bernhardt drops it all the way down to the yellow line 3 and 4. Carl Henderson's gonna run that high line, and now he's gonna run door to door with Derek Schilling. Derek Schilling going to use the dog leg, hoping to get by him here. Does not clear him. He's not able to slide up in front of him, but now does in the middle of the corner there. Derek Schilling's gonna be able to clear him and take off, and now he's under pressure by Blake Gordon. Blake Gordon's going to drop down to that bottom yellow line. He's going to better slide up in front of him going through here, but he's not done. He's trying to get underneath Derek Schilling. Was not able to get to his door. He will regroup here going into turn 1 and 2. He runs a little bit higher line going in it compared to Derek. Drops down to the bottom. Tries to get a good arc coming off of the corner, able to lay down the power a little bit better than Derek could. He swings low to kind of fake him out going to turn 1 or turn 3 and 4 to see what Derek would do. Derek runs a little bit deeper in the corner, allows Blake Gordon to brake a little bit sooner and get a better exit off the corner and pass him going down the front straightaway there through the dog leg. So now Blake Gordon moves up another spot. He is up 8 spots tonight. Derek Schilling's in the wall. Carl Henderson's trying to avoid, trying to see what's going to happen right there. You got Blake Gordon now trying to attack his teammate of Brandon Bernhardt. Derek Schilling and Carl Henderson and still are going at it. We got Blake Ziti and Josh Laston right here. This is what the battle for the lead looks right now, and then you see Blake Gordon come in the mirror. We got a good battle right here, though. Go back here to John Gordon, Cody Mitchell, Christopher Oliver, and Dave Wright. John Gordon's going to drop down to the inside. Cody Mitchell's going to run extremely high. It's going to get a great run, but sadly, there's just not much you can do with the run here. It's not long enough to make that outside line work. Dave Wright will dive underneath Christopher Oliver right there. Dave Wright is making a charge on the inside here. Dave Wright needs to brake a little bit sooner, drop down to that yellow line. He did not. His front end came up. It pushed a little bit too much, and he was not able to stay underneath Christopher Oliver. That left the door open for Timothy St. Jean. Timothy St. Jean is now coming into picture. I think he's back there. It was just trying to run some comfortable laps to get some time underneath him before he started charging through the field. Now he's up there in that wonderful guitar addict scheme. We got Brian Gibson. Brian Gibson's out there rooting for Cody. So Cody Mitchell, you have a fan out there tonight. Thank you, Brian Gibson, for commenting. You know, I like when everybody comments for their favorite driver. It gives me something to talk about up here in the booth. Timothy St. Jean gets by Dave Wright. Dave Wright now is trying to go after him as we got a great battle with Cody Mitchell and John Gordon brewing. We had John Gordon earlier on the inside. Now we have Cody Mitchell. John Gordon gets loose off of turn 2. Cody Mitchell drops all the way down. The horrible arc he gets into it. Is able to get back on the throttle a little bit before John Gordon is. Going to take the dog leg and hopefully outrun John Gordon. He clears him going into turn 1. Christopher Oliver follows. Timothy St. Jean's ready to pounce. We've got Dave Wright waiting in the wings to see if anything happens between these guys. Great battles right now. This is for 8th spot. Cody Mitchell just moved into the 8th spot after passing John Gordon. Christopher Oliver. Oh, we got a wreck. Timothy St. Jean and Dave Wright. Go here. Let's rewind this a little bit. Exactly what happened. I'll go on to the blimp. Yeah, he just dives in a little bit too. I don't know if he just had too much momentum going in there versus Timothy St. Jean, but he was able to close the gap. Can't really tell they was sliding up at the time, but that's just a racing incident as a whole right there. So all the leaders are coming down pit road right now. And Dave Wright parts falling off of his car going down the front straightaway there. So while they are there, let's go ahead and go to a commercial break.
For 20 years, the Guitar Attic has been your home for used and vintage guitars in the Daytona Beach area and at GuitarAttic.com. The Guitar Attic is your home for used and vintage guitars. Whether you're looking for that collector's piece or that beginner piece, they've got you covered. With names like Fender, Gibson, Gretsch, Ibanez, Martin, Taylor, and much, much more, the Guitar Attic has all the guitars you need. And bass players, they haven't forgot about you. They've got all the top names. Amplifiers from Friedman, Victoria, Fender, Boss, and many, many more. They also have the largest selection of used pedals anywhere in the Southeast. The Guitar Attic, located at 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue, just north of Flemish in Holly Hill, Florida. Also, check us out online at GuitarAttic.com.
Good evening, welcome back. Dave Wright apparently is going to stay out. Mike Wazinski stayed out. That's going to put Josh Laston in second, Blake Ziti in third. Fourth is going to be Blake Gordon. Fifth is Brendan Bernhardt. Sixth, Carl Henderson. Seventh is Carl Henderson. Eighth is John Carmody. Ninth is John Gordon. 10th is Derek Schilling. 11th is Christopher Oliver. 12th is Cody Mitchell. And rounding out the top 13 is Timothy St. Jean. So I believe they're going to have to wait until they get all the way down here to the Geico restart zone. And they are off. These guys up front are going to be sitting ducks with these guys with new tires. Josh Laston is already past Dave Wright. Mike Wazinski's right there in the center, hovering on the outside. They are 3 wide. Mike Wazinski's in the wall. Brendan Bernhardt is trying to clear his, got 3 teammates there. John Gordon hits the inside. Christopher Oliver is spinning around. And we are back under caution once again. So Christopher Oliver, he's just trying to avoid John Gordon at all costs. He did a great job really not hitting anything until that point right there. But yeah, he saw John Gordon spinning, went to the right just a little bit. Somebody was there, had to jerk the wheel back left, and it just There's too much reaction in that middle of the corner right there for him, and just got his car spun around. So underneath that, Blake went from third to was fifth and now up to second. And Josh Laston went from third to first. Brandon Bernhardt, I think, has stayed the same. He's back there in fourth. Either fourth or sixth on that restart. Blake Zede, I think, fell back just a little bit. But now we're going to sit here and let these guys run under caution. Full bar camera here. The wonderful Blake Gordon's car here, looking at Josh Laston's closed circuit racing car. So who do we got out there watching? I know Brian Gibson's rooting for Cody. Anybody out there else watching? We got Mama's Man Boy. We got Derek Schilling. He said he got into Christopher Oliver on accident right there after the wreck. Got another Cody Mitchell fan. We got Matty Minks out there. Got two Cody Mitchell fans out there. I love it. Cody Mitchell is right now in 9th place. It was a, kind of influx restart we had there with two people staying out on old tires, trying something a little bit different. And everybody was chaotic. It got pushed a little bit back. Let's see if he can battle back up from 9th. We're at lap 24 of 80. Just a little bit of a quarter way there. Josh Laston has led most of these laps so far. He needs to lead at least, I think Dave Wright led a couple, so he's probably down to needing to lead about 37, 38 laps here in the beginning to try to solidify that most laps led. So he can get the most bonus points for most laps led here. He's trying to capitalize on everything as possible. But Blake Gordon sitting there in second. Brandon Bernhardt is on the outside and in fourth, right behind his teammate. So it's going to be a little bit difficult here for Josh Laston. Josh Laston's got to just hit his marks, not worried about what Blake Gordon is doing in his mirror or what Dave Wright's doing there. Just got to race his race and hit his marks, and hopefully he can lead more laps before the Endeavor guys here come up and catch up to him. So the pace car is in. Got to drive all the way down the back straightaway in the middle of turn 3 and 4. That's where the Geico restart zone is. That's when they're able to launch the cars. Normally we're able to launch the car basically as soon as that pace car dips in there. All right, these guys are already off. Josh Laston gets a huge jump. Dave Wright was not able to capitalize. Brandon and Blake Gordon will be able to get by him there. We got Sean Carmian at number 40 trying to catch up on the outside. Now drops down to the inside under Dave Wright, trying to get him in, coming into turn 3 here. And we got Mike Wazinski in the wall back there. No caution flag as of right now. His whole entire left side is completely damaged. We got Carl Henderson battling though, trying to take the inside line away from Dave Wright. Blake Zede chose the outside line. Carl Henderson's going to drop down to the inside, get around Dave Wright here in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Dave Wright is still on older tires here where these guys all have fresh tires. Blake Zede's got a heck of a run trying to drop down. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 3 here. Its corner's big enough for it. Derek Schilling's going to try to stuff his nose underneath there. He's going to continue to make it 3 wide coming off the corner. They both cut it underneath. Dave Wright kind of goes up a little bit high. Carl Henderson's able to clear him, but loses 2 spots. Dave Wright's in the wall right now. Just gets it a little bit. Here comes Cody. Cody's trying to catch up to him, but Josh Laston's underneath pressure. Our race leader from Blake Gordon. He's less than 1/10 of a second off of his back bumper. Blake Gordon does not want to sit here right in second. He wants to put that one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater machine out front of that Endeavor Racing machine. So let's see if he's able to get out there and do that. Josh Laston is protecting that low line at all costs. Blake Gordon, though, trying to get the outside groove rolling just a little bit more. Josh Laston sees that he had a little bit more momentum, dropped down to the bottom of the dog leg to kind of cut off that extra momentum that Blake Gordon had. Blake now is dropped below the yellow line in turns 1, 3, or actually 1 and 2 there, and trying to find any room on this racetrack to put his nose underneath Josh Laston. He's almost bump trapped him through the corners of 3 and 4 right there. Let's see how turbulent it is. Now we got Brandon Bernhardt challenging Blake Gordon on the inside. Then we got Sean Carmody trying to follow Brandon Bernhardt. This is what Josh Laston wants to see. He wants to see 2 Endeavor cars racing side by side behind him. And hopefully he can just kind of pull away or manage his tires. And these guys wear their tires out battling each other. Let's go on the roll bar camera of Sean Carmody and watch this battle happen right now between Brandon Bernhardt and Blake Gordon. So the key here is ride that seam right there, drop down to the yellow line, and get a really great launch off the corner here. Blake Gordon's able to clear Brandon going in the corner. Ooh! Brandon got on the brakes a little bit sooner than what Sean Carmody thought he was going to do. Had to lock it up almost right there to stay off him, hitting his teammate. When he did, just lost almost 6/10 of a second to him. Now he's got to try and catch back up to him. And Bernhardt's pushing. You can see him coming off of turn 2 right there. Rear tires are spinning. He is driving that car hard. He wants to be the #1 Endeavor Racing here. He doesn't want Blake Gordon to come in here to steal his thunder. He wants to prove that he is better than Blake Gordon. That's the reason why he's trying to win this championship for this season. Right now we got a good battle back here between Christopher Oliver and John Gordon. John Gordon slaps the wall to the inside, moves to the inside. Christopher Oliver is going to take the outside line, drop down to the bottom, get that pass taken care of, go back up to the front. They are side by side right now. Blake Gordon on the outside. Josh Laston's running that inside seam, going through turns 1 and 2 here. Blake Gordon's going to have a air, but he slaps the wall. Brandon Bernhardt also slaps the wall. They're both pushing too much speed coming off the corner. Not too much damage right there. Josh Laston's going to hold that inside line. Definitely most likely going to drop all the way down to the dog leg. Jump up, try and clear Brandon Bernhardt. Does not. They are going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Blake Gordon's on the outside. They are squeezing Josh Laston down. Josh Laston's trying to fight back, not let this go over. This is an Endeavor parade on the outside. We have Blake Gordon, Brandon Bernhardt. Brandon Bernhardt gets clipped by Josh Laston. Caution comes out, but they were able to regain it. That was a great recovery right there for Brandon Bernhardt. Let's look at the blimp view of this one. Yeah, he just couldn't get the nose all the way down. He broke and let up off the brake, it looks like, and his nose just kept coming up and just barely tapped Brandon's left rear quarter panel, spin him around. Able to recover, though. They're all coming down, except for Derek Schilling. Derek Schilling staying out. While they're underneath this commercial break, or why underneath this caution, let's go to a commercial break.
Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Attic. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out, and I'm going to show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned. That's right, pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically you're going to become a chick magnet. The ladies are going to love you. Your kids are going to think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Attic, 16725 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go on guitarattic.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitarattic.com.
Alrighty, welcome back. You just watched the wonderful AOLL Guitar Attic sponsor video there from good old Randy Pepper. His advice: don't be a loser. Come down and buy a guitar or some musical instrument and learn to be the best guy on your block. Randy Pepper is out at Phoenix right now, gearing up for some wonderful gigs here at Phoenix Raceway for the championship finale races. Can't wait to see what he does. I know he's going to be posting on his Facebook, probably his video log on YouTube. Randy's out there living that wonderful rock star life instead of being here in the booth with me. As of right now, we're going to go to green. See if it's going to be this next time by. They're kind of starting to stack up like it's going to be. We'll go ahead and do the rundown on where we got Derek Schilling starting first, Blake Gordon in second, Blake Ziti in third, Sean Carmody in fourth, Josh Laston in fifth, Brendan Bernhardt sixth, John Gordon seventh, Carl Henderson eighth, ninth is Christopher Oliver, 10th is Cody Mitchell, 11th is Dave Wright, and 12th is Mike Wazinski. Gonna be our running order. The pace car light is off. He's about to dive down into pit road. Now we're just gonna wait for these guys to go back green. Looks like they're getting the notification that they can launch as soon as they go into turn 3. That's kind of where Josh launched last time, so I believe that's where these guys are able to go green. Let's listen to the engines. All right, they're in the Gryco restart zone. Derek Schilling is off. He is going down and dropping to the bottom there. He's on older tires compared to everybody else in front, behind him. Blake Gordon's going to roll the outside line. We got Blake Ziti, the Pasta Man, on the bottom right there, right behind Derek. Derek's going to roll up. Pasta Man's going to have a little bit of a run on him. Derek Schilling's going to drop down, block that run, hook that yellow line at the bottom. Blake Gordon's going to go high. Here comes Sean Carmody in that 40 car, trying to make it 3 wide in an endeavor. Wave of cars coming through. Brendan Bernhardt's trying to make his way back up here. They are 3 wide right now between in turns 1 and 2. Derek Schilling drop below the yellow line and coming out of turn 2. Blake Gordon's got to run. He gets clipped though by Blake Ziti. Takes Brendan Bernhardt out right there. No caution. No caution as of right now. Blake Gordon has assumed the lead. Sean Carmody's in second. Josh Laston's in third. Christopher Oliver's in fourth. Cody Mitchell moves up to fifth, but he's under attack right now by Blake Ziti. We got Blake Ziti underneath him right there. Cody Mitchell running it wide. You can see him getting back in the throttle. The rear end kind of starts to float around on him just a little bit, but he was able to control it. Great throttle control by Cody Mitchell. Blake Ziti, though, has got the preferred line through 3 and 4 on that bottom yellow line. Gets a great run. Cuts off that dog leg. Still running side by side going through the corner. When you're on the outside line like that where Cody Mitchell's at, you got to send it in just a little bit more. Let the car rotate through the center. And then we got Christopher Oliver. Gets loose going down the back straightaway right there. Drops down to the bottom. Was able to regain composure right in front of this battle we're watching. There's no battle up front right now between the top 3, so we're going to focus in on this battle right here. Christopher Oliver's kind of coming in the frame after that little slip up he had down the back straightaway. But Cody Mitchell is pinching down Blake Ziti, give him no room in the middle of the corner, doing a fantastic job of running door to door with him and not letting him get away. I think in here in turns 3 and 4, though, I think he's got to drop it down a little bit lower. Ooh, he tries to right in front of Carl Henderson. Carl Henderson got a great run, but had to let up off the gas when Cody Mitchell moved down like that to cut off the dog leg down. Blake Ziti's able to get by him. Now he's trying to put his bumper to the back of Christopher Oliver. It needs to make his way back up. We got John Gordon and Dave Wright in the background right back there. Brandon Bernhardt looks like he might have hit it. He is 1 lap down now. Got Blake Ziti, the pasta man right now. He's able to get by him underneath him. Make that pass going into turn 1, coming out of turn 2. He's back up to 4th place. Carl Henderson, though, he is trying to catch up to the Cody Mitchell car. Look back up here at the front, the leaders. Blake Gordon's trying to pull away, but his teammate of Sean Carmody says no. And then we have Josh Laston, who's hanging right there with him in 3rd spot. Why do we have the time still up there? Let's back the laps. We're at lap 50 of 80. Sean Carmody's there. Let's look at battles heating back up here with Cody Mitchell and Carl Henderson. Carl Henderson's trying to get a run using that high side, dropping down to the bottom, doing the crossover move, so to speak. He's trying to get a good run going into turn 3. Get that inside line. He's going to sell it in, do a slide job, but Cody Mitchell's going to power back and try to do another crossover back to him. I believe he's going to be able to get the pass done. He does. Gets back in front of Carl Henderson. Carl Henderson is going to drive it deep into turn 1. He's going to try and do the same move here. Try to get another great run coming out of turn 2. He's a little bit too far back to do anything going into turn 3. He's going to have to ride behind him and try to set him up on the next lap. We'll hook the bottom here. Cody Mitchell's running a little bit wider. Carl Henderson's going to drop down and try to cut the dog leg off. Gets the slide job done, but Cody Mitchell's going to look back to the inside. His momentum got shaken just a little bit. Was not able to get back on the throttle and drive underneath Carl Henderson for that crossover out of turn 2. Looks like Carl Henderson's going to grab this position for the time being. Move back up to the front. The front battles getting a little bit closer of Sean Carmody to the back bumper of Blake Gordon. This cool temperature tonight, they were running about, track temperature was 85 degrees at start, and it's nighttime. The track's not super heated. Got plenty of grip for these guys in these ARCA cars to be able to try and make these moves. It wears the tires down by dropping down to this dog leg right here. But with these cooler track temperatures, the car allows it to rotate and actually drive down there. In the Cup cars the other night, the track temperature was about 107, so about 22 degrees hotter, and it did not like it when you try to arc the corner and drive low off of turn 1 and 2 to take down the dog leg. We see Sean Carmody try and do the opposite what a Blake Gordon does. Blake Gordon runs high through the dog leg and runs the track. So Sean Carmody tries to cut the track down. Josh Laston follows suit. Josh Laston's falling back just a little bit right now. Blake Ziti, you see him coming in the picture back there. He's riding in fourth. Fifth is Christopher Oliver. Sixth is Carl Henderson. Seventh is Cody Mitchell. Eighth is Dave Wright. Ninth is John Gordon. 10th is Derek Schilling. 11th is Brandon Bernhardt. And 12th is Mike Wazinski. We're at 25 laps to go here in the AOLL Guitar Addict TNT Series from Phoenix Raceway. Carl Henderson, you can see him powering. His car gets a little bit loose there coming off the corner. He was able to let off the gas just a little bit and catch him. Let's go on board to the Brandon Bernhardt roll bar camera here on Sean Carmody and see what lines are they using. Right now we're in the middle of turns 1 and 2. He's feathering the throttle, trying to come off, then lays the power down as soon as the car gets pointing in the right direction. You let off, try to get down here as quickly as possible to the yellow line, ride it as long as you can. And to get back on the gas, let it float out to the top, and then arc it all the way back down. You move a little bit left there though. I would go on that nicer looking asphalt right there, the blacker asphalt, the newer paved road coming off of pit road. A smoother entrance on. You also cut off just a little bit more. But he drops down to this thing again. Look at this. This is the exit of pit road. You'll see a blue cone. I had a teammate drop down, hit that blue cone right there, way off to the left. That's how far he was running down. He was hitting that blue cone lap after lap under green, trying to cut off anything he could to get any type of advantage of that dog leg. Right now, everybody's kind of spread out right now. Josh Laston's about a second and a half back, and Blake Ziti's about another half a second back from there. Everybody's spread out. This is the closest battle we got going on right now, so that's why I'm going to focus on it. Look at the roll bar camera. Let's look at the gearbox camera of Blake's. You can see the determination and the intense look in Sean Carmody's eyes. That's how close he is to Blake Gordon. That's some laser focused eyes that Sean has back there in that wonderful mellow yellow Endeavor racing car. The hardest part is when the tires equalize here and they're older. It is hard to make passes here at Phoenix. Most people try to get all their passes completed at the early part of the run. Not saying that you can't make a pass later in the race on older tires, but it's way more difficult for these people to do it. Looks like Sean Carmody is getting a little bit better of an exit. He kind of backs off the corners just a little bit more than Blake Gordon does, and allows them to get back on the throttle just a little bit more before Blake can, and gets a great run off the corners. We see him trying to take the high side here off of turn 2. Sean Carmody does get to the outside of Blake Gordon here. Now this is the hard part. People always run wide here in the inside line. Oh, Blake Gordon gets sideways there. He hits the bottom apron in the middle of turns 3 and 4 where you don't want to do it. That's going to allow the Sean Carmody to be able to pass Blake Gordon for the lead with 17 to go. As Sean Carmody, was he just sitting back there not using up his tires, making Blake Gordon overdrive his car? And just waited for the right time to pounce. We'll see if Blake Gordon has the answer to Sean Carmody, or will Sean Carmody set sail here? Got Josh Josh Laston sitting in third. We got Blake Ziti here in fourth. Christopher Oliver in fifth. Saw Carl Henderson right here in sixth. Seventh is Cody. Eighth is Cody Mitchell gets a little loose there. We got Dave Wright right there in eighth. Ninth is John Gordon. We saw him get a little loose, come off the corner. He's got a little bit of fender damage there, a little scraping going on the side. 10th is Derek Schilling. 11th is Brandon Bernhardt right here. He went back in. He had to get his fast repair. His car was undrivable the way it was. He's gone a lap down, but while we were waiting, Blake Gordon was able to get the pass done. Let's go look back and see exactly what happened here. So Blake Gordon was back up just a little bit. Sean just missed the bottom line there, left the door open for Blake Gordon to drive down low. Blake Gordon chomps off the dog leg here as much as possible, gets underneath him, was able to make the pass through 1 and 2. Sean Carmody, though, is not letting up. Sean Carmody is trying to fight back. We got 13 laps to go. Sean Carmody drops down below him. Gonna have to give it up. Try to regroup. We got 13 laps to go. Save your front right tire for a couple laps. Go easy on the entry of these corners and try to power off. He's looking low here, going through turns 1 and 2, trying to get a better exit than Blake Gordon. The lower you go, the better you can get back on the throttle. Your car's pointing in the right direction. John Carmody is going to drop down below, take the dog leg. Blake Gordon does not. Blake Gordon's going to enter the corner a little bit higher than Sean. Sean's going to drop a little bit low. We are at 11 laps to go, going through turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. They're drafting. Doesn't really make up that much of a difference here, but they are. Sean Carmody is going to drop down low. Blake Gordon runs high. Sean cuts the dog leg just a little bit, not too much. Going to drop underneath him, going through turns 1 and 2, slides up just a little bit. Blake Gordon, I believe, is going to be able to power his way off the corner and clear him. Sean Carmody is going to drop back in. I think the best thing Sean's going to have to do is going to have a great run through 1 and 2, and Blake's going to have to have a terrible run for Sean Carmody to stick his nose underneath him in turn 3 and 4. I think that's your money maker corner for a pass here tonight, is in turns 3 and 4. We are sitting at 9 laps to go as they go down the back straightaway here, looking to be turns 3 and 4. Sean and Blake are both overdriving the corner right now, in my opinion. They need to back the corner up just a little bit and get a better launch off the corner. He would be able to use this to his advantage. Sean gets a terrible entry going into it. Blake's going to be able to easily power away from him going down the back straightaway with 8 laps to go here. We're moving in turn 3. Sean needs to back off this corner just a little bit. Hit that yellow line. They both run that corner almost as equal as possible. Sean's going to drop all the way down a little bit further than he did last time. He keeps getting this shallow entry going into turns 1 and 2. Gets up almost to his quarter panel, but there's nothing he can do with it. As they come through turns 3 and 4, they'll get the 6 to go here. 6 laps to go in this race. Josh Laston is lurking back there in third place. Hoping these guys do something stupid. He can come home with the race win. Sean Carmody is pushing that car. The car is almost sideways in the middle of 1 and 2. Almost sideways down the back straightaway here. But it looks like he's basically mimicking Blake Gordon's lines as of right now. Got 5 laps to go. Sean Carmody's kind of fell back just a little bit to Blake Gordon. Like, Sean just needs to run his race right now. He needs to be able to back his corners off, hit his marks, and be able to drive off the corner. That's where your momentum's at, with the drive off the corners. Josh Laston's kind of pulling in right now, but a little bit too late. Ooh, we have a spinner down the back straightaway. We have a caution with 4 laps to go, folks. We'll get a green-white checker out of this one. Now it's pit strategy games. Do they come in to grab 4 fresh set of tires, and who stays out? What will they do? Will Blake Gordon play some games? Will other people play games? Blake dives in at last second. Let's see who else goes down pit road. Everybody so far. Oh, Carl Henderson throws a Hail Mary. He's going to stay out. Let's see. Brandon Bernhardt should get the lucky dog here. There he goes. Brandon Bernhardt will get the lucky dog. He is 100% going to come back around and get another 4 fresh set of good years. Put on this wonderful car and try to regroup and get back up to the front. John Gordon is in front of the leader, Carl Henderson. Well, he's going to have to take a wave around to get back around. Not be on fresh set of tires when they come through. John Gordon is enjoying the pace car a little bit too much now. So will Carl Henderson throw a wrench into the plans here? Will he be able to hold all these guys off with a 4 fresh set of tires and steal a win away from these guys? Or will Blake Gordon be able to power his way on the outside and get by him on this green-white checker attempt? As they run, we're going to have Carl Henderson starting first, Blake Gordon in second, Josh Laston in third. Fourth will be Blake Ziti on the outside. Fifth will be Chris Oliver. Sixth is Sean Carmody. Seventh is Derek Schilling. Eighth is Dave Wright. Ninth will be Brandon Bernhardt. He's in the pit road getting some tires right now. 10th will be John Gordon. He'll get his wave around and be back on the lead lap. Cody Mitchell, Mike Wazinski will both be laps down right now. So Cody Mitchell is a lap down. Everybody's starting to kind of look like they're going to get side by side here and getting left to right. So maybe we'll get the one to go here, and let's go back green. Alrighty, so the pace car lights are off. Ooh, Carl Henderson's going to choose the outside lane. Alrighty, pace car is inside of pit road. Waiting till we get all the way down into the Geico restart zone before Carl Henderson decides he's going to take off. Looks like Carl Henderson takes off. Blake Gordon's going to have the inside. We got Christopher Oliver, though, destroyed back there. Blake Gordon's going to drop down. We have a caution. Probably a little bit too much throttle right there. And then Derek Schilling just goes around as well and gets clipped by Brandon Bernhardt. Brandon Bernhardt is not having a good night tonight. Alrighty, so we're gonna have another green-white checker coming here. While they are under caution, let's go to hopefully our last commercial break.
The AOLL began online racing in the mid-1990s with Papyrus's NASCAR racing still going strong 27 years later on the iRacing platform. The TNT Series races on Thursday night, running the ARCA Chevy cars for drivers looking to learn and have fun. The Cup Series races on Sunday nights, featuring league veterans and Class A licensed drivers. The Sportsman Division races on Wednesday nights, running the Gander Outdoor trucks with drivers from the Cup and TNT Series. You can catch all of the AOLL racing action right here on Ghostfire Media.
Alrighty, welcome back. Hopefully we'll get the one to go here. Hopefully the pace car lights are come off. Not sure though, everybody kind of looks like they're still single file. Nope, we got at least 2 more laps to go. Everybody's still running single 500. The pace car lights are still on. Yeah, Derek, that was just a little bit of an oops there, man. He commented on YouTube and said oops on his wonderful self spin there. Alright, everybody out there in the viewership lands, who do you think's going to win it? We'll have Blake Gordon on fresh tires on the most likely inside. That's what I'm going to go with. And then we'll have Blake Gordon or Carl Henderson on the outside most likely. And then we'll have teammates of Blake Ziti probably going to be starting on the inside of row 3 or row 2. 3rd place. Then we got Josh Laston in 4th on the outside. We'll have Endeavor on the bottom. Closed circuit racing up top. And then we'll have 3 Endeavors in a row. Sean Carmody's in the 3rd row right there. That number 40 Mellow Yellow. Actually, we'll have another one. The whole entire bottom row, except for John Gordon, will be Endeavor Racing. John Gordon's going to be the oddball sitting on the outside up there. Alright, lights are off. Pace car drops into pit road. Let's see when these guys go to green. We'll be able to listen to the engines. There we go. Blake Gordon is off to the running. He gets a great jump over Carl Henderson. Carl Henderson's running in 2nd on the outside with those older tires. Blake Ziti, the pasta man's going to be on the inside. Carl Henderson's going to drop down, block his lane going into the corner. Got Dave Wright in the wall out there. Blake Ziti's trying to use those new tires. We got Sean Carmody's in the wall right there. Brandon Bernhardt is around almost. Gets smacked into the wall. No flag. We are going to get the white flag. Carl Henderson runs up the track. Pasta Man's able to get by him. We are on our last lap. Blake Gordon is cruising to the finish. We have a tough battle between the closed circuit racing and here comes Sean Carmody on it, trying to get by Josh Laston at the same time. But Blake Gordon is coming to the finish line. Will finish first. Almost slides out right there, but a little bit too much power to it. Carl Henderson will beat Josh Laston to the line to get third. Fourth will be Josh Laston. Fifth will be Sean Carmody. As everybody crosses the line, we'll pull up the race results. Alrighty. So, Blake Gordon starts from the back, drives up through the field, gets destroyed by everybody. Blake Gordon is going to be your winner tonight. Blake ZD, Johnny Gordon just destroys him. Blake ZD is going to come home second. Third will be Carl Henderson. Fourth will be Josh Laston. Fifth will be Sean Carmody. Sixth is Brandon Bernhardt. Seventh is Derek Schilling. Eighth is John Gordon. Ninth is Christopher Oliver. 10th will be Dave Wright. Cody Mitchell will come home 11th. 12th will be Mike Wazinski. And 13th will be Timothy St. Jean. Blake Gordon is trying to find the entrance victory lane. While he does that, let's go ahead and bring him up here for the night. Hey, Blake, it's Adam in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I do, Adam. What's going on tonight, man? How's it going?
Oh, man, I don't remember last time I've ever interviewed you, man. It's been a really long time.
It has been.
Oh, man. So, how is it coming back here and running with these guys for I think this first time ever really actually running with them in a race?
Yeah, this is my first TNT race ever. Yeah, last year obviously went from spotting for Dad and taking over kind of race control and ended up being like the series admin, and obviously kind of stepped away from that earlier, but I've been watching all the broadcasts and everything, and these guys are good. Obviously, I mean, you see it every week. Josh, Carl, ZD, Sean, Brandon. Man, these guys, Sean there at the end of the race, man, he was really putting the heat on me. It was a lot of fun racing him. So yeah, it was fun out there tonight. Setup felt great. Car was really, really cool. I haven't driven this since Sportsman last year.
Yeah, I mean, you went out there, and I mean, we opened it up, or AOL opened it up to basically anybody in these last couple races to come out. We had Justin Anderson for the first time last week come out, and then he had to show him up and win last week. You come out here, run for the first time, and then you show him up. So we'll see what happens next week. You plan on running the final?
I mean, if it works out like that, yeah. I really hope a lot more people show up, especially like you said, it's open to everyone. Trying to get the field count up a little bit here for the final 3 weeks, which honestly I think it's still been around 12-15 cars. So hopefully if people are free Thursday night, they come out for the finale. I think the championship battles basically wrapped up. I think I haven't really looked at the points, but I mean, I feel like at that point next week should be pretty fun. So hopefully guys come out. Should be a fun race. Vegas, I think, right?
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting next week after the point shakeup. I know I was talking with Josh, I think it was right after the race last week, and he's like, he's doing his, best impressions. Like, there is a chance that he can. He needed to lead the most laps tonight, get the pole, lead a lap, and come home relatively up high. I know he finished fourth tonight. Might push him back a little bit. But he certainly did the best he could to try to put himself in the right position to make next week an interesting battle between him and Brandon.
Yeah, I definitely, with the drop week idea, gives some guys some leeway to miss weeks, which is great. But at the same time, like if you're running consistently like Brandon has with, I think tonight was his first finish outside the top 4, so maybe he should have just been quiet about that in the team chat earlier tonight. Yeah, I mean, like if you're consistent, I mean, your worst finishes get dropped, you know. So like if the worst you're finishing is fifth, I mean, it goes a long way, right? So yeah, I like this format a lot. That's why I kind of vouched for it and put it in place before this current TNT season started. So I mean, to me, like the drop weeks, you know, you still have to factor that in. And I mean, unless you're really keeping track of it, I know Carl has his I don't want to call it a spreadsheet, but he has that tool he built to keep track of it. So unless you got something like that going on, I mean, you don't really know how it's going to shake up till you hit the last week.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps it interesting. You know, you do it as well out there, and whenever you're racing with the Fuel Racing League, having a few drop weeks here and there. So, you know, I really like the idea of that versus just the, you know, you didn't show up, so you get like, here's whatever the lowest points is. So I kind of like that because if you rewards you showing up every week. So if you have those horrible finishes, well, that's a mulligan.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, tonight was a lot of fun. I love this place. The redesign looks great. The cactus, to all of our delight, we were happy when we saw it change colors for the yellow flag. And then also sitting here in Victory Lane looking around is pretty cool too. I hope this is something iRacing does for our recent updates, is give us a Victory Lane you can actually drive into, because that's pretty cool.
The only thing I don't like about Victory Lane is that there's no lights to like showcase the cars. Like your car right now is dark purple and like you know, shadow, and that's the only thing I don't like about it. Like these camera dudes over here on the left, on the right side of the screen, they need to be taking pictures. At least give me like the opportunity of a flash. Like you know, come on, man, do your job.
Yeah, I haven't really gone around to explore the infield rather than Victory Lane. Oh yeah,
I don't think you
right
can.
Cool.
You can't. They make it look like you can, but no, you can't. You can't. Anything that's the light gray, you cannot touch.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Want to thank everyone for coming out, putting on a good race, and yeah, we'll see what happens next week. If I can make it, I'll be here.
Sounds good, man. Well, thanks for coming out tonight. And I mean, you guys put on a heck of a battle there, and it was exciting for at least for me to call. Have something to do up here.
Yeah, you know, there was quite a few 3 wide moments that were a lot of fun.
Scary 3 wide moments.
Yeah, especially like I just switched over to running the actual in-car mirror instead of the virtual mirror. So like now it's even more scary where people are, because like sometimes like they're in that huge blind spot, and you know I don't have a human spotter let me know where people are, so it's like a guessing game. It's a lot of fun.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you on track on Sunday night, man.
Yeah, looking forward to it, Rockingham.
Oh, we're back here. We got Rockingham in the middle.
Are you sure it's not the other way?
I think so. I don't know. We'll see.
Because I knew I was backwards at one point.
Oh, we're going into practice. I believe it should be. I think it's Phoenix, Rockingham, and then Homestead. I don't know.
All right. Well,
either way, it works.
Here. Oh yeah, it says Phoenix right there. Huh? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Phoenix. Can't wait. I like this place a lot. So the Cup car is way different. It's way more loose. I feel like there's going to be self spins galore Sunday night. So,
well, hopefully the track temperature doesn't start out like it was on Tuesday night for me at 109, I believe. Hopefully,
it is the desert. So,
I'm hoping it was like tonight for you guys around 85. That's a good temperature.
Yeah, nice and cool.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks, man.
All righty. Go ahead and bring up the wonderful Pasta Man. Alrighty, welcome to the booth, Blake Ziti, man. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, Adam? I'm doing well, man. How about you guys?
I'm doing good. Sorry, Randy Pepper is not here to do your theme song for when you come up here.
Oh, no.
I apologize for it because I'm not the person that does your theme song. That's him. So I apologize to the viewers. You don't get the full Blake Ziti experience tonight.
Oh, man. Poor Randy.
Oh, but hey, man, up and down race for you. You come home second, but you know you had to fight your way back through after some pit stops and all that good stuff. So talk me through the race.
Yeah, I was actually struggling with the tracks first time here. Took a while for me to figure it out, but I was sitting behind these, like Josh, and obviously Blake was up there, and I was just trying to pick up the line that they were taking. I actually figured it out like right in qualifying. I figured something out. Wasn't quite sure how I was doing it, and then I tried to just replicate that into the race, and then push my line up as we came through it, just to save tires. But yeah, it was up and down. It was fun. I actually had a lot of fun with these guys because it was at one time Endeavor was like 1, 2, 3, 4, or in the top 5, and a couple Endeavor sandwiches up there. It was fun, man. I had a good time.
I mean, the team chat must have been spicy when you guys were 3 wide, and then fourth was leading, and then you guys were just all over the place.
Yeah, we were actually having a really good time tonight. I don't know what it was. It was just good vibes, and everybody was kind of like laughing. We had, we had some fun in practice, playing with the damage on this new damage that they have on the ARCA is pretty realistic. So it was just a fun night. We were hanging out. It was more of a chill race, I feel like, than the last few that we've had. It's been intense for me. I've been struggling the last 2 races, so it feels good to come back out and get a second.
So were you the person back there praying for a caution running fourth with about 3 laps to go? Were you back there just screaming, "Somebody spin out! Somebody do something"?
I wasn't praying for it. I mean, obviously, you want to be up in the mix. I knew Josh was kind of far out, and it looked like him and I were both saving tires, but he was doing a little better job of keeping up pace. I was making a push for him at the last 5 laps, and I came around, and my teammate was laying there, and seen the yellow came with it. So I wasn't. I'm not gonna say I wasn't rubbing my hands together, but I might have been.
Gotcha. Yeah, you guys got 2 green-white checker attempts there, and you were able to capitalize there on the second one, come back to bring it home second tonight, man. Great performance out of you tonight.
Thanks, Adam. Yeah, I mean, I actually would consider it a first in my book, because we got my teammate in here, Blake, and not that he was. I know Sean was giving him a run in the middle of the race there, but he's got a lot of experience on us, and a second to him is like a first for me. So I'll take it.
Yeah, Blake was out there, but hey, you can actually now say that Blake's dominated the front row here. You finished 1-2.
Yeah. I can't say that many times, but yeah, that was the case tonight. I know Brandon had a little trouble tonight, and Sean had a little mishap in the last, but I think the whole team did a really good job. We ran well, and so did CCR. It's always nice racing these guys, and really competitive tonight. It's fun.
Gotcha, man. Well, we look forward to seeing you next week for the season finale race, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys.
Have a good night.
You too, Adam.
All righty. We have the man, the myth, the legend, the new admin, Carl Henderson. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, hang on just a second.
All right, I'll hang on.
Switch devices on me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, man. I'm doing good. Happy with the finish that I pulled out of my butt.
So what was going through your head to do with the Hail Mary staying out?
Well, there was a couple things going on. So, of course, I was the last of my teammates in the running order. So I, of course, told them I was going to pit because they've done it to me before. But no, I mean, it was the pits opened exceptionally quickly. Like, it was kind of wild.
And yeah, as soon as you come across the line, the pits are there. Like, hello.
Yeah, well, not. I mean, it's like they were open early though. Like, I mean, I think the guys up front just caught the pace car so quickly, and Chris and I were still a pretty good gap, and I was planning on taking right sides only, and I knew at that point I was like, well, this is no point of doing this because if I take right sides, I'm still not going to gain any positions because we had such a huge gap. So I pulled out at the last second. Wasn't expecting to get. I was expecting to get like a top 5, hopefully. But happy where I finished.
I got you, man. I mean, you were up there at the beginning, kind of started fell back just a little bit. Were you just in like tire conservation mode, or is just were the opposite? They ate your tires up too quickly.
No, it was a little bit tire conservation, a whole lot of don't screw up conservation. I was inconsistent tonight, and in practice and everything, it was like one corner. I mean, one lap I would hit a corner and a spot and feel really good, and hit it the exact same place the next time, and it felt way off. So it's just a really tricky track, and I was just trying to drive well within my limits. knowing that I'd probably let some people buy me, but that they potentially have issues, and I'd get around them later.
Yeah, I found turn 3 is the most inconsistent corner. If you don't hit it just right, you're not hooking the bottom. Your car's going to push up, and once you mess it up, you want to get back in the throttle, and then that just makes everything even more worse. So I find that that's the most difficult corner here. I think 1 and 2 is actually my favorite now. Like I used to hate 1 and 2 on the previous layout, but now I'm hating 3 and 4.
Yeah, I mean 1 and 2, like the exit of 2 is definitely more terrifying, fear-inducing, because occasionally, especially on fresh tires, it's really easy to get it loose there. But yeah, it's weird. Like I would never say that 3 and 4 were difficult, but at the same time, it was like there were sometimes you would just I would hook the bottom, felt like I was like, oh, this is such a good turn, and then I wouldn't wash it to the top because I didn't exit with enough speed, and it's like, what did I do different that time? It blew my mind. It was a hard corner to explain, but yeah, it's the whole track's just a little weird, and uh, I mean, both times I pitted, I drove through my pit stall because it was one qualifying second. It was one of the stalls, like right around that little corner, and those are always tricky because you can't really like
Oh yeah.
gauge the distance as easily, and
Yeah, and then
um,
that corner is actually a pretty good bend in the corner, so you're trying to kind of look your head around, especially in VR. Like, all right, where's my stand at?
yeah. Well, and also, I mean, I usually run my pit crew, so it's a little bit easier to see. Especially helps in IndyCar. But here, at least see the guys standing on the wall a little bit, just a little more cube moving around and stuff. And I forgot to turn it on, so it made it a little bit more difficult with that. But um, so yeah, that might be the other reason I didn't pit. I was afraid I was going to slide through my stall. So, um, but can't complain with the finish.
I got you, man. Well, did pretty good tonight. He came home third, and then we're going into our season finale race next week. So, what do you think your chances are next week?
Um, Well, I mean, I'm gonna be careful with what I say since I called myself as the winner on of this race on the podcast, and so did Justin, and so did Josh, and now all of us look foolish. But I mean, I feel like with what I did. I mean, I won Atlanta, I won Charlotte. I feel like in general the kind of cookie cutter mile and a halfs. Like, I mean, I'm think I do okay at it. So I we'll have to see. I mean, I know that a lot of the field's gotten a lot better tire conservation as the season's gone on. So I don't really have that same advantage that I had at Atlanta. But
And now
I
we're
don't know.
introducing, people like Blake Gordon and Justin Anderson to come
Oh
in
yeah,
that throw that in the mix.
yeah. No, look. In my head tonight, this was a second place finish. I mean, I mean, Blake. I know Blake's really competitive, so he's probably not going to like to hear that. But at any point, like anytime Blake, because Blake started at the rear, like I mean, when he was coming up through the field, I just went up high on the track and let him by. Like I was not going to race him because it wasn't worth it. I'm racing for the people that are for points right now. So that was really my focus.
I gotcha. Yeah, I mean that's good that these guys can come out and race. If they win, it kind of just eradicates their win. Like they weren't even there racing that night. So when it comes to points, so that's always a good thing because Blake Gordon won tonight. What Josh Laston, he's in that points battle with Brandon Bernhardt, which
Yeah.
puts him actually coming home third tonight, I believe, instead of fourth. And Brandon Bernhardt, is going to have to use a drop week this week because the lowest he's ever run was a fourth. So right now he's going to be able to
Yeah.
drop a fourth and a fifth place tonight.
Yeah, yeah. I was first of all, I want to give props to Josh as well because he was very polite to me at the end of the race. There, I mean, he could have pushed the issue a little bit more. I was struggling in the exit of four as we crossed the start finish line, but he still got a good finish out of it. I'm not racing him for points because I'm not close to him. So, I think he realized he was looking at the bigger picture. But yeah, I called out Brandon the fact that he this was right after the race. I called out the point that he no longer had his top four streak going on.
Yeah.
I feel bad. It was an incredible streak he had going.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's put on a phenomenal season here, and just bad luck all throughout tonight. The heartbreak where he got planted and the caution didn't come out, and he had to pit to basically fix his car because it's undrivable to maintain speed. So and I know at least he was glad that there was a caution to regroup before he got back on the lead lap to challenge and try to make up spots, but then just more bad luck happened to him.
Yeah, it was. It was. I didn't know everything that happened to him there. That's really rough to hear about. I knew that there was that one incident where the caution didn't come out right away, and uh, but I mean, that's how it goes sometimes. I mean, I've been there too. I hate that it happened to him because he's a really nice guy and really fun to race with. But I mean, honestly, he can't complain too much about a fifth place
Yeah.
finish.
I mean, it sucks to have that first world problems of complaining about, man, I got a top 5. That's my crappiest finish for the season.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, oh, I don't have top 4s anymore. But I mean, he's going to be doing okay in points.
Yeah. I mean, it's still going to be a right there a nail biter. So for next week, coming to the season finale here between Brandon Bernhardt and Josh Laston to see who's actually going to pull it off. I know Josh was telling me what he had to do to survive. I don't know if he led the most laps tonight. I know he led quite a bit up front, and then Blake took it over. You led a couple laps there. Sean Carmley led a couple laps. I think Dave Wright led a couple laps. So who knows if he got the bonus points for that.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure. I know we were doing the math earlier, and he thought that he was close to leading the most laps because I pointed out to him, I was like, well, if Blake Gordon leads any laps, those won't count. I mean, it's like those laps pre-raced, so he didn't have to worry about those.
Well, that's a good point. So will those laps get just eliminated?
Yeah. So what happened last week, I actually got the bonus points for leading those laps last week, even though I think it was actually Justin. But what'll happen is, like, when they do the results, they'll just like delete Blake's row and then upload them. And so the way it worked out last week is I qualified second behind Justin, but I still didn't get the bonus point for the pole because on the sheet I was shown as starting in second, but I did get the led most laps. So it's a little weird, but I think that Josh probably led the most laps tonight. It'd be really close.
Yeah, it's showing him he led 33, but on the actual site he didn't. On the actual site he didn't get the bonus points. So I know that's probably something he's going to have to talk with Johnny and them and the admins to fix.
Yeah, I hadn't looked at it, so
I'm looking at it right now. So that's they've already uploaded it and everything for it. So, but he did get the one bonus point for leading the lap, a bonus point for pole position. I'm not sure what probably deserves at least one more for leading the most laps.
Yeah, I mean that's what it looks like to me. Because it's like highlighted in bold there. So I would expect him to get that, but I'm sure they'll take a look at it and decide what needs to be done.
Alrighty, man. Well, I wish you luck next week at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, man, and we'll look to see you out there and look to hear your voice on Sunday when you come back here to call me racing here at AOL and the AOL Cup Series at Phoenix.
Well, hey, maybe I'll get an opportunity to reciprocate the interview.
And hopefully, or in commentator's curse, one of the two.
Well, no, I mean, what's going to happen is you're going to get wrecked out early on. You're going to come join me in the booth.
Oh, who knows? That might happen at least one of these races. I'm not going for anything now, so I'll be like my teammate Greg Wellen, and if something bad happens, like, well, I don't feel like sticking around, and I'm not points racing anymore. Have a great day. Click. Alrighty, man. Well, you have a good night.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Problem. Alrighty, well, that's going to do it for us tonight here at Phoenix Raceway. Thanks for coming out and watching Ghostfire Media. I was your host and your broadcaster, Adam Wood. Come out tomorrow night for our wonderful podcast. Be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sunday night, we'll have the AOLL Cup Series race from Phoenix Raceway again. Monday night, we will be heading to Atlanta in the Fuel Racing League. Tuesday nights are no longer, there will no longer be any racing on Tuesday nights. IVRL has already completed its season. Wednesdays will be at AOL Sportsman Series. We'll be at Daytona we doing the road course. So, you know, they threw a curveball on that one. We did North Wilkesboro. Now we're going to go to Daytona Road Course for the second race of the playoffs there. So come out and see who's going to score enough points to try to fight for that championship in 2 weeks. AOL Sportsman. That's going to do it for us here at Ghostfire Media. Hopefully you'll come out and subscribe to us. Have a good night.